Hello, all you beautiful people out there. My name is Ben Govrick, and today we're checking out my new apartment. I just moved here about 3 weeks ago, and I'm so happy with the space. I just wanted to show you guys around, maybe give you guys some inspiration. I'm not an interior designer at all, but I do love curated, unintentional, intentional spaces where they seem like, I want give the vibe like I threw this together in 3 days when really I spent the last month perusing frantically on Facebook Marketplace and other sites for the vibe that I wanted to go for to come off like I don't care. But really, I do care quite a lot because I want to curate a space that feels cozy, inviting, warm, welcoming, somewhere that I'd like to actually hang out. I think I've done a pretty good job at that so far. I know that I'm probably going to change the space a little bit. Like I want to add some more plants, but for the most part, I think it is going to be pretty much this, at least this layout, because I think this layout is the best. But yeah, without further ado, let's check out the space. So this is probably a 600 square foot living room, kitchen area, maybe 650 square feet, this whole area. And it really, like, I wanted it to serve for three functions, this space. So I wanted it to have a dining area, so I can eat. That's very important for me to eat. I also wanted a, obviously, living room area where friends and myself, we hang out in. I wanted a nice space for that. And then obviously the kitchen, so that's already built in. And I think that it's really important when designing for a space to keep in mind that each of these three functions, like dining room, kitchen, and living room, should not blend together too much. I think that there needs to be some differentiation in the spaces, and you can use different color palettes, different furniture types, different textures, and also spacing. So with this living room dining area, I made sure that the dining was close enough to where it wasn't inconvenient for me to go there, and also within the space, but also somewhere where it's pretty close to the kitchen and far enough away from the living room to where it's differentiated. So the rug isn't overbearing onto that dining space area. It's kind of its own thing. If you're having a feeling where you're looking at your apartment, like everything sort of blends together, it looks weird and off, I think it's because you need differentiated spaces. Like the living room is its own space, and that is sort of categorized by this rug, and the dining room is its own space, and the kitchen's its own space. So the living room, all of these pieces are picked up usually, like most everything here is secondhand. A few accent things are not secondhand, like the coffee table is not secondhand and the TV stand is not secondhand, but I think everything else is secondhand, maybe a few lamps as well. But yeah, I mean, so it's kind of hard for me to tell you to go pick up something when I bought it on Facebook Marketplace or at a thrift store. I used to live right next to a Salvation Army, and they would have some pretty cool things over there. So it's really hard. Like, I can't tell you should get this exact furniture to curate a space that looks just like this. But think about what you like. I mean, for me personally, when you're designing for a smaller space, like this isn't a ginormous living room by any means, you don't want the furniture to be too big. Like when I first moved here, I had this huge sofa that just took up way too much space, and it made everything else look small. I think you want your furniture to be proportional. So like this futon couch thing is proportional to the side accent table, as well as the side tables and the coffee table. Like everything is sort of within it's the same sizing realm. So it doesn't look off because there isn't one piece of furniture that's way too big, right? So even the TV, it's 55 inches. Like I didn't get like a huge TV because it would look kind of strange, like comparative to the smaller sort of curated boutique vibe that I'm going for. I really love this space personally is because it's me. Like there is a lot of little pieces of me scattered throughout this apartment, specifically the living room. A lot of my favorite books. I have my watches on the coffee table. I have some sort of gaming peripherals, and as well, art on the walls is just art that I really like. I think that the vibe is like mid-century modern mixed with like retro futurism. Like there's some sort of retro shapes, like 70s, 60s retro mixed in there too. Like the side table lamp that I have, And this lamp right here that I'm sitting next to, like they sort of give that like retro vibe. And I think mixing that with mid-century modern and having modern elements, like you can actually do all the elements, right? Like you can do the retrofuturism, the MCM, the modern, right? But I think you want to sort of go for one specific thing above all. And I think for me it's boho. Like I definitely think I give like it, like the color palette that I chose with the warmth that I'm choosing, like all of the woods are warm woods, like no dark woods, except for the trim on this door, which I can't really fix. It's a rental. So, but everything else is a warm wood. And I think that works really well with the rust orange as sort of the undercurrent of the apartment. Like all of the furniture and accent pieces, like there's a tinge of orange somewhere placed within that, because one, orange is my favorite color. Like if your apartment is gray, black, white, and like dark blue, maybe on like a cool day, you put in some dark, like don't be afraid of color. Color is your friend, man. Color is your buddy. You should not be afraid of color, because color is life. No, I think for me, I picked a couple colors that I really love. Orange and green are my two favorite colors, and so there's a lot of orange and green around my apartment. Like, think of your favorite colors and then try that. I think, you just want, and then slowly those colors become even more favorites of yours. And you can also add some other colors in. Like, I think red and orange look well together, and I think blue and green look good together as well. So I have all four of those colors playing a major role in this apartment. And there's really almost every color, but there is definitely orange and green as sort of the undercurrent of the space. And I think it's important to pick a color that you like. But yeah, the layout of the apartment is sort of this open concept with the kitchen and dining and living room all in one. And yeah, I mean, the kitchen itself, it's just such a really cozy, great vibe. It's new, brand new, and like everything is like so nice and new. That's kind of why I moved here, because this is an apartment on a river, and a lot of these old condos here in St. Paul are like really not renovated, very old. This one was like completely renovated, like top to bottom, this entire apartment. So I'm really happy with the space, and I think, if you're looking for an apartment, kitchen's important. If you like to cook, make sure you have a pretty nice kitchen. Like all of the appliances work, but that's for another time. But yeah, so the kitchen kind of goes, and then it moves into the living room, and then out into the patio. I'm overlooking the Mississippi River. It's this really long river in the United States, if you've never heard of it. It's like super long or whatever. And it starts in Minnesota, and I'm in Minnesota, and it overlooks that lake, or what the heck, the river. And it overlooks the Mississippi. So I love this patio. It's probably my least curated space. You can't really do a ton of it exterior design, right? Like for a patio, because if there's a storm or any bad weather, you don't want to like have paintings or anything out there. That's too valuable. So it's mostly just outdoor furniture, but is my favorite part of the apartment, I think, is the patio. I sit out here all day long because it is just so cozy and comfortable, and a place, the sun is shining. It's summer here, so it's just a really nice place to be. Read a book out here, listen to a podcast out here, enjoy, have a glass of wine. Definitely location is important when picking an apartment. Like, God, it's important to pick a location. You don't want to live in some shithole area. Like, you're probably paying $100 more than you would living in a shithole, and you get like safety, beauty, tranquility, nature, all of the nice things for like $100 extra, and then you just need to like look a little harder. It's not that hard. So yeah, I'm so happy with this space. Think that there's more to do for sure, but I definitely want to add a little more personality. I think that I want to start drawing and painting, and I think I want to put that up on the wall. I want to get like a huge painting on the wall. I'm just trying to do that. But yeah, pretty much that's the apartment. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. Peace.